In commemoration of the 57th independence of Nigeria on the 2nd of October 2017, the brightest and the best political minds and leaders will gather together at the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs in a conference themed Which Way Nigeria. This conference is organized by the Partnership for a New Nigeria in conjunction with Project Nigeria Movement. Guest and notable speakers include JULIET, BINITIE.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, distinguished men and women. My beloved Dr.Elishama. I think that's what we should be calling you now. Move on this apostleship. Make it very simple. Whether it's under even in the body of Christ. And my very big brother, my great brother, apostle. He should be the apostle actually. He shouldn't be the reverend. Apostle Ladi Thompson. But I want us to recognize one thing, that Nigeria inherited a pseudo-leadership. She did not receive the leadership required to build her nation. Leadership was happening in the United Kingdom, leadership was happening in the West, but within the African sector, in the colonies especially, leadership was not happening, it was oppression. And therefore you are led and understand leadership by the leadership you received. Whoever is leading you right now will determine the leadership you will give in the future. And that's why the education of leadership is critical in the 21st century, that Africans must understand leadership. And once again, happy independence. We are still in the independence season and we know that it is well with Nigeria. James Magara says, by preferring solutions, until you have that ability to move beyond just your position and providing a solution and direction, then we can say you are providing leadership. And therefore, Richard Lorenzen, one of the CEOs in New York, said something. It has been and always been, that leadership has been and will always be the most valuable asset on earth. Without it, no amount of money, resources, like Nigeria or talent, will ever achieve sustainable success for any organization. But with it, all the other odds and the obstacles can be overcome. Leadership is what moves us from point A to B. And therefore, he said something that 3 critical things are required in leadership: understanding others, motivating others, and empowering others. And wherever you are as a Nigerian, it is guaranteed that you must understand that leadership is our greatest challenge. How do we marry many people, many groups of people? How do we marry our resources? How do we put together a Nigeria of our dream? You don't lead by pointing and telling people some place to go. This is conspiracy. You lead by going to that place and making a case. The greatest leader, Ronald Reagan said, greatest leader is not necessarily the one that does the greatest things. He is the one that gets people to do the greatest things. Martin Luther King said, a genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus, but a molder of consensus. The act of leadership, Tony Blair said, is saying no, not yes. It is easy to say yes, or understanding sometimes you need to say no. Vince Labadie, I need to quote these few people because it's on record, so that those who will listen and they will also learn. That leaders are not born, they are made. And they are made just like anything else, through hard work, through programming. And that's the price we'll have to pay to achieve that goal or any goal. Abraham Lincoln said, no man is good enough to govern another man without the other's consent. And by Einstein says, try not to become a man of success, but a man of value. The art of leadership in Nigeria should be seen in the solution we are bringing to our marriage challenges. Nigeria has many leaders, but very few people have the ability to provide leadership. The Lee Kuan Yew says government is entrepreneurship at the large scale. Lee Kuan Yew came to Nigeria in the 60s to seek counsel on how to build the new Singapore from his fellow Commonwealth nations. He believed that Nigeria and Ghana were significant countries that he could learn from, but he was thoroughly disappointed. He made a conclusion in his book, The First to Third, written by him, as a memoir of all his experience in leadership, which is a book recommended for anyone who wants to learn leadership. The man provided solutions both in Asia, and he was mentoring even Margaret Thatcher in secret. He said African leaders are high in rhetoric but shallow in execution. They lack sound and strategic balance between politics and economic development. how low moral standard, they have low moral standard in personal conduct and public performance. We have poor social skills to mobilize across ethnic and tribal boundaries, often invoke tribal differences to gain power. We lack pragmatism in decision making. And as an institution, we looked at the fact that Nigeria has no national vision. We lack mentorship. We have no policy for pragmatism to take things from one point to the other consistently over the years. We are too tribalistic. We lack the capacity of expertise. Our experts are abroad because we have created a condition that is toxic to development. We have wrong view of worldview. We have lack of morality. We lack morality. There is no justice. There is greed and all that. But on the day I was in China and the day that President Jonathan conceded, prior to the discussion, I made mention that whoever wins the 2015 election must do one assignment, is to preach the disunity. It is an assignment of leadership. Leadership solves problems. Leadership is about making that shift. And in INT, we teach that value-based, no-excuse leadership is the key for Africa in this season. Singapore and South Korea came from the dungeons of the dark and brought light because of leadership. Transformational leadership is another concept of leadership that is at the core of our teachings. We say, like McGregor's Bonds defines, transformational leadership as a process in which leaders and followers help each other to advance. We consistently teach that a transformational leadership, just like what our brother talked about programming, must redesign perceptions and values, changes expectation and the aspiration of the people. And that's why even today, as we gather today, we see that we have failed in many indices. The Global Competitive Index, we have fallen from 124 to 127, which have 12 pillars, and we have failed in many of those pillars. Because as leaders, we haven't recognized that I am not there for myself. I am there to provide leadership. In other words, in the 2019 elections and beyond, Nigerians must regularly recognize that the man you're bringing in, does he have a track record of providing leadership? And therefore, you need to recognize that there is no reason why Nigeria should be poor. Because of lack of the act of leadership, she has remained at the background. We need leadership today. Leadership is not only provided by the politicians, it is at all spheres of society, including the family and the religious sector. As we celebrate the 57th independence anniversary, we must rise to provide solutions for our myriad challenges instead of making excuses. Strategic leadership and organizational leadership are new courses that are being offered in university. And even the late Lee Kuan Yew went to Harvard for 2 years, 2 sabbatical from prime ministership to learn what does it take to build a nation. Nation building is an act. It is not an accident. And that's why I say angels and spirits do not build cities. And that's why Pastor Ladi says you can pray to tomorrow. If you are not ready to reprogram the people will not change and the country will not change. So Nigeria needs transformational leadership, what we call level 5 leaders. Because the reality is that one thing I want us to know is that even in corruption, we are 2.8/10 in corruption. We are one of the worst corruption nations. But guess what? All the countries around us are also corrupt. So if a country, if your society is totally corrupt, it becomes a culture that needs to change. All nations have gone through their quagmire, and Nigeria is not an exception. She must stop making excuses and begin to provide leadership. And Professor Anigogo did something for us and gave us a confession that we make as graduates of the Oxford Executive Leadership course under the Institute. He said, I pledge to be a no-excuse leader of responsibility, integrity, compassion, and excellence, to prefer performance instead of pronouncement, to offer expertise and competence instead of title and position, to be involved in pioneer, bold and innovative initiative instead of seeking handouts and aid, to offer compassionate hands to my people instead of dictatorship, control, or abuse, to play active role in leading my family, my organization, and my community and my country and Nigeria and Africa to their highest level of performance and achievement in God, and to leave a lasting legacy in my lifetime instead of failures, excuses, and shame. And therefore, we all need to provide leadership as a gateway for a new Nigeria. A new Nigeria requires new levels of leadership. And we prepare, as we get ready to prepare for the 2019 elections and beyond, We need to raise a new generation that can do this. God bless you.
I'm fired up. I want to be a leader. Are you not fired up? Who